Hi again, Ron Sheets. Back here, I want to go over the next level in the Gold Crown coaching program, which is the pro level of the program. But just to recap from the last video, the elite level program includes 3 publications. 1, it's Dan Kennedy's Marketing Your Services. 2, it is Pete Lillo's Legends of Marketing. And 3, it's my Relationship Marketing newsletter. All 3 of those newsletters are also included at the pro level. As you get to the pro level, though, we add a few more publications, and this is really where the rubber meets the road. Probably the most popular publication in the entire program is Dan Kennedy's Look Over My Shoulder. Dan Kennedy's Look Over My Shoulder, or as they call it, the LOS, is really an opportunity to sit in with Dan as he writes copy and he creates marketing strategies and programs for his clients, people who are paying him upwards and over $100,000 per project. Now, unlike the MYS program, which deals a lot with marketing your business, marketing your services, the Look Over My Shoulder is really a true master class on copywriting. Now, you may not think of yourself as a copywriter or as a writer, but really you should, because if you're in any kind of business, whether it's dentistry, if it's selling a product or a widget, you are a salesperson. And really, as Dan puts it, direct response copywriting is salesmanship in print. So you really should be studying great copywriting techniques, and that's what Dan covers in this. I want to share a little story with you, my specific experience with the Look Over My Shoulder program. Several years ago, one of my mentors had cajoled me for a long time that I should get into this program. And quite honestly, I didn't. I just avoided it, didn't think that it was something for me. And finally, I got pushed into it, I got shamed into it, and I joined. I can tell you that when I joined, it was with another company. It was through another company, not the actual publisher, not from Kennedy Lillo as it is now. And I got it, and I was paying probably 3 times or 4 times the investment on a monthly basis of what it is now with the program. So, but I got the program. I remember it coming in the mail. I grabbed it. I stuck it in my briefcase. I was on my way out to a business trip, and when I got to my hotel that night, I thought, well, I'm going to take a look at it. I ripped it open. I started reading through it, and interestingly enough, an idea that Dan had written about and a specific concept, he was promoting a live event. And he was writing to promote one of his own live events. And I had just gotten contacted by a client to write some emails about promoting his live event. And I really didn't know what approach I was going to take. Well, sure enough, this thing showed up in the mail, and inside was the answer. And I modeled the entire email campaign that I did for my client after what Dan described he was doing. And I can tell you that that email sequence, we did 3 emails, that email sequence went out to my client's list. It sold out the event in 3 emails, and it brought in over $30,000 in registration for the event, not counting what else was sold at the event. So the bottom line is that in a time of absolute need, the idea presented itself. It's the old adage that when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, and that's what the Gold Crown coaching program is. It is a bunch of coaches that appear at absolutely the right time when you need it. So I really stick by the Look Over My Shoulder. It's always a go-to resource for me when I'm trying to create stuff for my clients. Now, let's talk next about Ben Glass. And in the pro level is Ben Glass's Live Life Big publication. Now, Ben Glass by profession is an attorney. And if you saw the other video that detailed the entire program, I talked about how he's an attorney by trade, but he's really a true marketer by heart. And this is really a master marketer. Now stop and think about it. What business or what industry could be more difficult to promote, to bring clients in than attorneys or law? I mean, they get a lot of emergency calls and so forth, but that doesn't pay the bills on an ongoing basis. So they need to bring in business. So Ben's a master at this. He has a coaching group with hundreds and hundreds of attorneys from all over the country who actually owe their success to Ben and what he teaches them. And on a side note, on a personal note, Ben is a father of 9 children, 5 of which are teenagers still in his household. So this is a guy who is able to run a successful law practice. He's able to run a super successful attorney coaching business and still has time. He's a very devoted family man and very much into soccer, still is to this day. Coaches, he still plays in that. And give you an example, an article from this month's issue of Ben's newsletter, which again is the August 2016 issue. There's an article in here that says, if you run a business, don't let this happen to you. And I'm not going to go into detail on this, but that's a very, very valuable lesson that Ben teaches in here about owning a business. And we're always looking to find out what things we need to avoid to get away from hardship or difficulties in our own business. So that's Ben Glass's Live Life Big. Now, the last newsletter, not the last newsletter, but the third newsletter that's included with the pro level on top of the elite level letters is Jerry Jones's Direct Marketing Profit Insider. Now, if you're not familiar with Jerry Jones, that's okay. Jerry's primary industry that he does a lot of work with is for the independent dental practices. Not the big box chain stores, but the independent, the solo practitioners. Jerry's really, really good at direct mail and print advertising. And that's what he spends a lot of time talking about each month in his publication. Now, direct mail and print advertising should be of importance to you. If you've never tried it, you should. If you have tried it, then you probably have felt the frustrations that most of us feel when we first try doing direct mail or print advertising, and that's what Jerry's specialty is. I can tell you a recent story that I was somewhat involved on with Jerry, is that he had a dentist come to him whose business was down year to year. And Jerry introduced him to a direct mail piece that he had done for other practices. They implemented it for this practice. And I can tell you over a series of mailings, this dentist's practice jumped up 21% in business. So if you've done direct mail before, you know that a 1.5% to 2% response rate is a good rate from direct mail. Well, I can tell you that their response rate was much higher, enough to jump their practice 21%. So now you may not think it's for you, but again, there's nuggets in here. There's stuff that you're going to learn that you can adapt and apply to you. I mean, if you have a yellow page ad, if you still have a yellow page ad, then there's things that Jerry can teach you each month about what you're doing in your print advertising. So that's a very, 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 very valuable, useful thing. And again, you may not be in the dental industry. Jerry deals predominantly with the dental industry, but all of this marketing is marketing, and it's all adaptable. So it's very, very important that you identify yourselves with people who are like-minded, and that's what we're here for. So that's the pro level membership. So to recap, it includes Dan Kennedy's, I kind of have a mess here on the desk, it includes Dan Kennedy's Marketing Your Services, Pete Lillo's Legends of Marketing. It has my relationship marketing. You also then get Dan Kennedy's Look Over My Shoulder program. You get Ben Glass's Live Life Big, and you get Jerry Jones's Direct Marketing Profit Insiders. So that's the entire pro level package when you're in membership at the pro level. So believe me, it can help you. I talk to all these guys regularly, and when their newsletters show up to me, because I am a member as well, when their newsletter shows up to me, I'm always finding something every month that I can do. So I look forward to getting this from month to month, and I think you will too. So go to askronsheets.com/EGC-charter to see which level of coaching membership is right for you. And I suggest you start out with all of it, and then you can scale yourself back, because there is no long-term contracts in this. There's nothing that ties you to it, so you can scale it as your needs are. So that's all for now. I'll be back with one more video in a few days, and in that one I'm going to cover what's included in the master level of membership with you. So I'll see you in a few days.